Hey, good morning, everybody. Livy and I are still in Nevada. We actually spent the night in Reno last night, and we checked out around 11 o'clock, got a bite to eat at Cracker Barrel, 2 thumbs up on that. But our next leg of the trip is only 2 hours long, so it's going to be in Bridgeport. So tomorrow's going to be when we check out Bodie Ghost Town. But I looked it up and I had the opportunity, found this place, National Auto Museum, has great reviews online. Adult tickets are $15 each, but if you have military ID, you can get them for $10 each. So we're gonna check this thing out. It's the National Auto Museum. I saw a lot of cool stuff online about it. I have no idea what to expect, but we're looking at having a good time. So at this point, Olivia and I are gonna go inside and we'll meet you on the inside. Okay, so we're on the inside now and they have, oh my goodness, Olivia, look at this. I don't know, my daughter went. We're supposed to start on the other end, but I just saw a Ghostbusters car. I don't know. He said there are some over here that are actually in movies. I'm not sure if that one is actually one or not. But let's. Oh, and there's the Ghostbuster packs. But I guess we should start in sequence as they told us. And of course, you cannot have a car museum without referencing Route 66. There you go. Later on, this car is actually, they say it's a movie car, it's actually a usable car. They said this is the only one that you can really touch. You can put stuff on, you can climb inside, take pictures inside, and I'm sure we'll do that. And here you show where it has the photo opportunity to dress up and hang out with that car. Definitely going to do that. This is interesting. I can't get into the history of the Pony Express Trail right now. I've been on portions of it. Kind of follows along the Lincoln Highway. I think there's a video here that discusses some of the Lincoln Highway, which went from Highway 1, went from San Francisco to New York. This place is open pretty much Monday through Friday, 7 days a week, from, I want to say, from 9 to 5. Horseless carriage. You can see why they called them horseless carriages, because they still kind of look like carriages. Renault 1904. I can't imagine all these that were made, built, used, and just ended up in scrap heaps, rusted, whatever happened to them. I mean, obviously these are not one of a kinds. Oh, maybe some of them are. Kind of reminds me of stuff you see at Disneyland. So I'm just going to do a sampling at this point of what we're looking at. I think you folks kind of get the idea. There's a lot to see here, and I don't want to, and I'll take some still photos and put it on my Facebook site. We're really gonna catch up with that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it for now. One thing I was going to point out is that some of them have oil pans to catch the oil dripping. Now, there's a air museum in Palm Springs, California, and what they're noted for is that every single aircraft that is in that museum is operational and can be pushed out and flown within an hour or something like that. the reason why I know that, I saw these oil pans and I thought, wow, in this museum one, if they just drain the oil, and the guy explained to me, he goes, anytime car or any machinery, they put the oil pans underneath, means that they're being maintained, that should be able to be moved. That's why there's current oil dripping. I mean, if it was emptied and it was just a museum piece, they would obviously drain all the oil out. But there's quite a few of them, like that one has it too. There's quite a few of these cars that have the oil pans underneath. So this would have been an earlier version of an automobile equivalent to my KLR with big old pulley hooks, ropes, extra tires, tubes. Oh, it's missing looks like it's missing the radiator cap. And it looks like that's a picture, a painting rendition. Now look at that. They got like 5 guys riding that thing. Some kind of race car going through the desert. Olivia just pointed something out, which I really don't know. And I guess these are pneumatic. Honestly, you guys, I can't tell. I know that at one time the tires were solid rubber. And it's just my lack of automobile knowledge. Anyone that knows me knows I don't know anything much about automobiles. But Olivia just pointed out this has Firestone on it, not knowing when the Firestone company came into being. I mean, just that tire alone would be hard to come by. But this is on a 1910 Oldsmobile. I'm gonna assume that these are pneumatic because of this device here, maybe, but opposed to this one, that one has a device too. All right, I'm just gonna stop before. Oh, hold on. So this one here, that one has one too. So you got a weight, you got like a balanced weight thing right there, if you could see it. Like when you balance out the wheels, there's a weight. And I'm thinking that stem has to be for air. If I see one that's a solid rubber tire, to give you guys an example, I'll capture that. Okay, they told us they had a movie section, but over here, which is interesting, I saw this sign, Titanic, and it shows the car. And I thought they were saying that this is the type of make and model that you see in the movie, to say, hey, if you saw the movie, this is the type and make and model that you do see in the movie. But this is not only the type of make and model, this is the actual car. Here it says, I don't know if I can zoom in. The 1912 Rambo on display here was used in the 1997 blockbuster movie Titanic, winner of 11 Academy Awards. It appears on the dock scene prior to the ship's departure from Southampton, England. I wonder if this is the same one. It's not, because it doesn't have glass. There was another car in the Titanic right when it hits the iceberg where Jack and Rose are in the back seat. But if you guys remember, it was a glass encased car, and he puts his hand up on the glass. So this isn't that one, but it's the one that's on the dock scene when they're loading up the dock in the beginning. Interesting. That looks about as... Oh, an electric car. Here's a here's a Tesla. a 1914 Tesla. Oh, look at those batteries. How did somebody be able to survive? How did that car be able to survive through all these years? Olivia said she would drive one of these all the way back down to Southern California. Oh, not an exit. So we got to walk all the way back around. We'll go to the next hall. We'll go to the next exhibit hall now. Okay, we went from like the early turn of the century. Now we're on a street scene. It's like a mock-up street scene. I want to say the 1930s. Oh, I gotta take a picture of this. Look at this. This is Richfield. That's why I volunteer at a Richfield gas station in Rancho Cucamonga. And there's a view pump, gravity pump. I've had that discussion before when I do my other videos. Look at this thing. Oh, Jimmy Stewart and It's a Wonderful Life. This is a very, very cool automobile museum. So you really can't talk about the automobile industry without mentioning the gas industry that goes along with it. Not sure why there's so many pictures of It's a Wonderful Life. There's got to be some movie artifacts here. But anyways, gas stations, got some old gas pumps. I like the way they did the street scene. And then they have like a movie theater there. Oh, I guess they do podcasts in there. Some Route 66 memorabilia. Carburetors. I've had my fair share of fun with those, with the scooter carburetor I've been working on. I'm going to come through later, probably do one loop around, and I'm going to come through and do some still pictures because there's a lot of stuff I just want to capture in still photos. Behind this facade is the display room we were in just a little bit earlier. I'm really not sure. I think this is a taxi. I'm not sure what all that stuff is. And this looks like Phantom Corsair. That's a trip. Or a Batmobile. Jeez. That'd be fun to build today. I bet you that would sell today. Who wouldn't want to be driving that? I never heard the majority of these companies. Sheridan, Willis, Chrysler over here. Chevrolet. That looks like an airplane engine. A radial aircraft engine? What the heck? So it does say here that this is engine is an air-cooled twin row 6-cylinder radial design mounted in the rear of the car. It has a tubular backbone, frame, and rear swing axles. These are Bugatti replica children's cars. That's Olivia putting up with me and my museum stuff. Well, here you go. The car that started it all in the RV world. So there, I want to say it's in Amarillo, Texas, where they actually have an RV museum. And I think they have stuff like that there. So somebody actually took the time and made a replica of the Pizza Planet car. Now, if anyone's looking at this and saying, hey, was that the car that was actually used in the movie? Let's not forget, the movie is animated. There was no car in the movie, but someone looked at the make and model, and I gotta say, now I'm curious, if you look at the movie, is the Pizza Planet car damaged in the back like that? I'm kind of curious if it is, but it looks very much, I mean, they even have a Buzz Lightyear in there. So they did a really good job on. Well, there was some damage to it. And then also from the movie Cars, they're talking about the Dynaco oil product. So you got that. But this is from Toy Story. And unfortunately, I'm not sure what would have been in here. It's kind of cool. Kind of shows like an active garage. So this area, we might be able to get back there later on, behind there. Not sure, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff to see here otherwise, but this area is closed off. I don't know what this is. I was looking at this. I think this is actually a little restaurant they have here. I don't know if this is a facade or it's just closed right now. Port of Subs, or neighborhood sandwich shop. I'll have to look at that later. It's in Nevada since 1989. It might just be, yeah, I think it's just showing you some Nevada stuff. McLaren. (1946) Harley Davidson, and an Indian motorcycle with sidecar. (1966) Studebaker. It's a family van wagon, predecessor to the family truckster. So this is no like dress-up station where you can, have fun with, get on the red carpet, Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, and C-3PO. So these, oh man, there's a Mach 5. I'm gonna definitely, and there's the DeLorean. So my two favorite movie cars would be that guy and this one. Wow. So let me go in sequence. Let me get some good shots on this. So if you guys follow my channel, I have sat in other DeLoreans that were mocked up like this. There are many of them out there these days. I mean, if you look on YouTube, you can see, there's a clock tower. So what this is showing us, kind of like him driving by the clock tower when he gets hit by a bolt of lightning, and goes back to 1985. They got some really cool clock displays. Welcome to Hill Valley with some clocks on board. I believe this is a replica. I do not think this was in the movie, but I can check. I'll read it. Let me pause it real quick. So this is a replica made, and it was the owner from Lake Tahoe is Dr. Jeff Gladding, and I'm not sure what year he did this at, but he brought it to Dallas, Texas, or Bob's Pro Shop did the retrofit. So this was not in the movie, but it's supposed to be a pretty concise replica of what you see. And there was more than one in the movie, by the way. One of them's cut in half where they had to mount the cameras. Some of them broke down, some of them were trashed. I think a total of maybe seven were actually used for the production of the movie in different states. Continental. Frank Sinatra. What van is that from?
That's an animated movie.
Oh. Okay, that's a replica of what would have been in the... Oh, there it is. Not sure what this one is yet. Let's see what this car is real quick. James Dean Mercury. Seriously? So he really did drive this. It says he drove this 1949 Mercury in the 1955 movie Rebel Without a Cause. Nice. Interesting when you come through. Oh, hold on. I gotta check out that DeLorean. In the corner all by itself. 1981 DeLorean, 24 karat gold plated. American Express gold card holder promotion. Jeez. Gold plated DeLorean. Classic Jake and Elwood police car. It was prominently featured in 1980 Universal Pictures Blues Brothers. So a lot of these were actually in movies. I'd like to know how they built this Mach 5. I gotta tell you, out of all of them, even the DeLorean, I don't want to have this Mach 5. Yes, you've heard it. People that know that I really, really liked. Like the DeLorean, I'd like to, if I gotta choose one car in this whole thing, I'd choose this Mach 5. Shagadelic. Hawaii, no, Magnum PI. Looks like there's a car here that Elvis had. So there's a car that Elvis owned. 1973 Cadillac. I don't know. Mach 5 or the Corvette? What would I want? That one? Or... Guys, I gotta tell you, I'd probably still go with the Mach 5. It's just so unique. And then we got a Jurassic Park with inflatable dinosaurs. All right, let's see what the other exhibit halls have. This car's in all by itself. It's the 10th production car ever made by Tesla. The 10th production car. I was joking about a Tesla earlier with that old battery one. Anybody ever seen one of these on the road? Maybe a Tesla museum would have it. So Olivia found this. Cal Poly.
Los Angeles position. It's a land speed car.
Who's had the nerves to drive this thing? Looks like that's the drag chute. Right there, drag chute, jet engine. You really gotta have some nerve to drive that thing. Man. I think this is the actual trophy or something for this round the world race thing from Paris. I don't know. I just read it. Something about winner of the race from New York to Paris. And it says flying car. New York Times, New York City. Thomas Flyer car. Paul Newman. Olivia and I ducked our head in the movie that's playing. They play a different movie on the hour. This one was going over Tucker. I know a lot about Tucker. There's a really good movie called Tucker, Man in His Dreams. You can get off of YouTube. You probably can get it off of YouTube, Netflix, buy the DVD on Amazon. I'm not going to talk a lot about the Tucker car. I have seen one in the Tallahassee Automobile Museum in Tallahassee, Florida. What in the world is this? Are you kidding me? What? No, it's from a movie. Looper, okay. Jeez. But, I guess these are maybe from movies. We just saw this movie, Olivia. Ghostbusters. Paul Blart Mall Cop. What is that?
This is next year.
I have no idea. I have no idea who makes that motorcycle. One thing you'll start seeing a lot on Route 66 these days are old cars, renditions of the show cars. You go on Route 66, many towns now have pulled old cars out of junkyards, kind of cleaned them up a bit, and made them into cars that you might have seen. Seligman is big on that. Seligman, Arizona, you would see a lot of stuff like that. So we actually just did a quick walkthrough of the museum. I just zoom in real quick on that last one. I'm not sure if that's just a reproduction or if that's actually a movie car. It might be. I mean, they have some things that they just claim are reproductions that are made to look like things, and then some that are actually from the movie itself. But I'm thinking that this is actually a functional maintenance bay, maintenance garage. And there's some Ghostbuster packs there. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up. I'll do my exit right in front of the Route 66 thing. So once again, really good. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna have my daughter be the cameraman real quick. Can you see the Route 66 thing? So I'm just gonna wrap it up saying it was a really worthwhile trip. We kind of just ran through it. I did a sampling. This is one of the longer videos I've ever done. I try to keep them below, around 15, 20 minutes. We're already past 30, so thank you for hanging in there with me. I don't know a lot about cars, so I'm sure every single person that watches this knows something more about the vehicles that I looked at. This is in Reno, Nevada. Come take a look. They're open 7 days a week, pretty much 9 to 5. $15 admission, $10 if you're military or veteran. So thanks for following along. We're going to conclude this. Have a good day, and we're going to walk a little bit more and do some still shots of things I wanted to capture. I'll put those still shots on my Facebook. All right, have a good day, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next time.